Hey guys, it's a crazy Puerto Rican here today to review Power Rangers Super Megaforce episode 14 in the driver's seat. Now, finally, we get a non-rushed episode with a non-rushed Megazord battle. So anyways, the episode starts with Gosei calling the Rangers because there's been kind of like a wormhole up in space, and he wants to call them to check it out. And they say, okay, that they'll check it out, but Gosei is kind of like hesitant for them to do that because it would be too dangerous, but the Rangers do convince him, and they do go all the way to Corin, and as soon as they get into the hole in space, Professor Cog appears with the RPM foot soldiers that I forgot their name. So, when he appears, we get this funny part with a guy with a tractor that makes him go to the city. It was kind of funny. So yeah, he starts destroying the city, and Prince Vicar gets pissed because he's the one who wants to destroy Earth. Shouldn't be Professor Cog, and he goes down with Levira and Argus and the X-Borgs all the way to defeat Professor Cog. Meanwhile, the Rangers are up in Corin, well, with the Dryad. It doesn't really put a name. It's like the RPM car. They don't really name it. So yeah, the Turbo Falcon Zord, but at first they don't name it. So yeah, and it's so obvious because at one point they put Go Under, and you could see the Go Under. They couldn't even take that out. And oh, sorry, yeah, they do mention it through the whole episode. Sorry about that. But anyways, Turbo Falcon Sword is being mean and doesn't want to listen to the Rangers. And I thought the Turbo Falcon Sword was gonna talk, like in the Go Kaiju version, or was gonna talk, but he didn't, and he still didn't listen to the Rangers until a certain part in the episode. And meanwhile, on Earth, Cog and Prince Vicar and Levira and the X-Borgs are fighting, and that battle has actually been a better battle than most of the Super Megaforce battles anyways, and it's between villains. It kind of reminded me in Zeo, like Lord Zed and Rita versus the Machine Empire, the Tengas, and oh my god, it kind of reminded me of that. So anyways, the Rangers managed to come back, and Cog, well, Vicar says, oh, defeat him for me, and he just goes back up, and the Rangers defeat the foot soldiers from RPM, and Professor Cog, they defeat him again. He turns huge and alone because, Vicar's not going to allow Levira to get Professor Cog bigger. He can do that by himself. And anyways, they were surprised that he could do that. So when the Rangers use the Megazord, they get their asses handed to them. And yeah, after that, Gosei says that there's something from Corin, and it is the Turbo Falcon Sword that wants to help them. And then Gosei says, use the keys to open the wormhole, so they did, and finally they beat Professor Cog with the help of Turbo Falcon Sword. Then he goes back to Corin. It's like in Super Sentai, the Super Sentai version. Yeah, so this episode was good, and I honestly can't wait for the next episode, which is All Hail Prince Vicar, and then the two-parter of Rock is Back after that. So I really can't wait. So yeah, if you saw this episode, tell me what you think. Are you excited for the next episode? And later, guys.